What's good, y'all? You beautiful people. Um, Fire, it's a bit cold in here. Man, how y'all feeling today? I love y'all, my beautiful people. You feel me? Let me stop playing. Today's topic is remembrance. Yeah. Um, the importance of. I feel like when we was young, I feel like when you young, you know more in a sense, like not not technically, but like instinctually. I feel like we know more about ourselves as kids, and then slowly but surely we start to pack it into like our subconscious mind. Like it goes to the back and it doesn't stay in the front, mainly because like of who we grew up around, the things that we were taught, even going to school. It could just be easy to for those things to get like caught in the background and become like background noise. Right. But like the best example I got to explain what I'm saying is like I don't know if y'all ever seen Bleach, but my favorite character in Bleach, my favorite characters never be the main characters. It'll always be the ones who had to like. It's like my favorite characters is always the ones who everybody hate, but they really be strong as hell. Like I don't know if y'all ever seen Jujutsu Kaisen, but Toji, like I just resonate more with like the characters that everybody hates in the show. Like I don't know why. And it's weird because it's like I resonate them for that reason, of course. Like I relate to it, but it's like the thing is, like it's so funny. Like when people hate you, bro, it be a love hate thing. People only hate you because they love you, but they only hate you. Like they love you because of like what you can do and things like that. But then they hate you because they ain't you. Like you feel me? But Captain Kenpachi Kenny, my boy Kenny, like we're gonna use him for the topic of this video because thing about Kenpachi, like he was so strong, like beyond strong, not even a word. He's so strong that he had to make himself. All right, he was so strong, like he was so strong, and he loved to fight. But everyone he fought, he always was able to kill them so easily. He was always able to beat them so easily. And then one day, he found a woman, and he just loved fighting her. Like she was stronger than anybody else he ever fought. But the thing about Kenpachi is that he evolved so fast. And I ain't gonna lie, like that's really like it's really like me for real. Like and then the harder the challenge is, the faster he gonna evolve and become stronger. But during that time, and mind you, he was like a 10-year-old boy doing this, slaughtering everybody and everything. And now in that show, people become stronger by like knowing themselves, the name of their swords and stuff like that. He was the strongest without knowing any of these things. Like he was so strong that he didn't have to. right? And so he met this woman, and she was the strongest person he ever met. And when he met her, when he fought her, she initially was stronger than him. But as they continued to fight, he was going to end up killing that woman. Like, that's how fast he evolves. He was going to end up killing her in that same fight. But he had so much fun in the fight that subconsciously he made a decision without really noticing. Because this is the thing, like, not only was he strong, but because he was strong, he was alone. You know what I'm saying? So it was like as soon as his body felt instinctually that he was going to end up defeating her, even though it was the strongest person he had ever come up against. Mind you, this is a grown woman. She was a captain. He's still like a 10, 12-year-old boy. In the middle of the fight, he's realizing, oh, yeah, at the beginning, oh my God, you're so strong. Like, you're the strongest person I ever met. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that he's stronger than her for real. But she's the strongest person. She is the strongest person he's ever fought. And so, as soon as it's like his body started to realize that he was about to evolve and beat her. And so, it's like he stunted his own growth. He subconsciously made himself weaker, made himself forget who he was to an extent. Because Kenny always stayed loving the fight, but he suppressed himself because he would end fights too fast because of how ferocious he was. And so it came a point where they had a battle, and like she had this ability, right, to where she could like put them in this thing to where it's like an illusion, and she could basically die almost an infinite amount of times, but it's really eating away at her life force. And so, in the fight, that first fight, not what I was just saying. That was later on when Kenpachi's a grown man, he's a captain now, all these types of things. Their first time meeting, that first initial fight, when he subconsciously made himself weaker. During that fight, she knew she had it in the bag at first. Towards the middle of the fight, she realized that she was going to die. She realized that. She knew she was about to die. And then she saw him minimize himself, and he let her win without knowing he let her win, but subconsciously knowing that he let her win. And she noticed that. And she ended up winning. He stunted his own growth just to let her win. I'm not gonna lie, like, the more I talk about this, the more it kind of like reminds me of myself, because I'm not gonna lie, like, not in the sense of I love to fight and stuff like that, but not no more, but I took a lot of L's in life on purpose simply because I knew I was stronger than the person who would have took the L if I won. Um, well, Kenpachi is like, he just kept doing things to minimize his own power. He even had an eye patch that minimized his power while already subconsciously minimizing his power. He added an eye patch. It was like, bro, like, buddy's really insane. Like, he's really insane. But what happened was, it came a time where they had a fight, and they really didn't know how they was going to win. Now, honestly, they kept Kenpachi like that because, like, he did it to himself, but they let him continue to warp his own mind because eventually he would have. ended up killing all of them if he didn't do that anyway. They wasn't gonna stop that man. And he would have kept getting stronger with each one of them he would have killed. And it wouldn't have taken him long at all. At all. Even the head captain, which was OD, I don't even know his name, but he got like like a fire aspect to him. But he was like he is OD. That guy's OD. But Kenpachi was up there with him without having all his power. Like nobody was going to be able to control him, and that's the thing. Ooh, yeah, we cooking. Thank you, God. That's the thing. Like people in life, people see you dim your own light, whether they know the reason of why you're doing it or not. But they will let you do it because it is safer for them. You gotta really remember who you is. You really gotta get to know yourself and understand why you stop doing certain things. Like with me, I'm a person that anything I do, I get good at. Like I might start off trash, but I'm going to get very nice at it if I keep doing it. Like, and that's with anything. That's one thing I notice about myself. Like, and I don't even know what it's called, but it's just a certain type of genius that can be applied to anything, right? And so, oftentimes people know that they are outmatched for you. So, the best thing they could do is psychologically help you dwindle yourself down because they know that they really no match for you. I don't know who this. I don't know who need to hear this. I don't know if I'm just rambling or not. I know I needed to hear it, but there came a time where they needed to fight these people that they couldn't beat. The strongest person besides, other than Kenpachi, the strongest person in their village or whatever, in their ranks, died. And so the woman, she had to go help Kenpachi remember who he was, which meant he had to kill her. But I want y'all to put that in the perspective of, I don't want you to see it as him killing her, but him killing a piece of himself that just wanted to hold back for so long because he was scared of being the strongest, scared of being alone. But that's what happens when you're the strongest. That's what happens when you sit in. That's what happens when God bless you. You get lonely. And we don't really gotta say at the top, but I'll say at the top, I get lonely at the top, being powerful. You don't think God be lonely? I know God be lonely. When you become the person that everybody rely on, you know what I'm saying? You're the person that everybody fear. You're the person that everybody relies on. You're the person that everybody loves. But they just can't do nothing with you. So all they can do is hope that you stop yourself. That's all they could do. So in the show, for the third time I'm saying this, it came a point where they had to fight some people that they was not going to be able to beat without Kenpachi's full strength. And so she put him in this trance where he had to keep killing her over and over again, but as he was killing her, he was getting stronger, and she was like physically helping him remind himself that he was way stronger the whole time. And mind you, he was already the strongest. He was already really the strongest for real. They already couldn't stop him. Like he was the strongest captain and all that. And Buddy was still holding on to like 15 times what he already had, plus an eye patch that was holding him back. That's not crazy, bro. That's crazy. When it came time for, like, he never wanted to kill her in the first place either, because till that day she was still one of like his, like, the funnest people for him to fight against, because she could, you know what I'm saying, like, she was strong. And so even when he killed her, he didn't even want to kill her. He had to kill her because she was gonna. I, like, I doubt. Oh, what it was he was. I don't think he was allowed to die in the thing that she had him in, but she kept killing him until he remembered who he was. Now we about to cook, and that's kind of like God with us. Like, even with the whole thing with me saying, like, I'm about to write a piece, honestly. I just wanted to make a video on it first, but the piece is going to be called Primordial Remembrance. But it's kind of like what God does with us, or I'll even use myself for example. Like, the way I grew up is I've always, not even just physically, but just inwardly felt stronger. I'm unnaturally strong physically too, but inwardly, that's where, like, my real strength comes from. Like, I'm even getting chills talking about it. And so it's like people always saw that, and then, like, before, I've always been smart, but I wasn't smart in the ways of, like, I guess, like, evil manipulation, simply because it just wasn't something that I was willing to do. So I had no knowledge of it, you know. But I can honestly say that throughout my whole childhood, my teenagehood, at the beginning of my manhood, not now. Now, yeah, you can kick rocks with those allegations. But all those times, I just always dealt with people trying to make me doubt myself. When I never really doubted myself. I've always had a pretty good inclination of who I am, what I'm capable of, and things like that. I'm not perfect by any means, but I'm blessed in a lot of different, in many ways than one, you know. And so, like, just had people just, like, place these titles over me that wasn't true. And the thing about that is, like, if you believe what people tell you about yourself, like, and when they tell you it at first, it's just like otherworldly to you. 9 times out of 10, like, they just talking about themselves. That's a whole nother topic. But for me, the things I was called, the things I was accused of, I actually, like, took the form of those things. Like, and the biggest one was, like, lazy. I got one of the, like, I'm not in peak form right now, but me personally, I feel like I got one of the, like, best body compositions I've ever seen. But before I believed that, before I put the work in, I was never even, like, no fat kid for real, for real. Like the word. What happened was I let people that was lazy place the title of laziness over me, and I actually became that. I actually got fat because of it. Like, I actually, like, my mind was strong, but it wasn't strong enough to defend itself against things that it had no concept over. Because it's just like, when you could defend against it if Like, sad to say, if you've done it before. If you're the type of person that does this to other people, like, you could defend against it. But that's not the type of person I was. So I just like believed it to an extent. Like, even though I didn't believe it about myself prior to somebody saying it, it was like when they said it, it made me think, and then like over time, it stained me and it became me. So like I had to unlearn all these things, unlearn all these titles that was placed on top of my strengths. You get me? Like imagine, think about it like this, right? Imagine, imagine you're somebody tell you that you have all this strength, but you just gotta go get it, and then you find out that it's buried in the middle of the planet, and you gotta dig and dig and dig and dig in order to get back to it. Mind you, you already was born with it. They went and put your strength in the middle of the planet. It was on the surface before. They put it in the middle of the planet and was like, yeah, you gotta go get it. No, they didn't even say you gotta go get it. They didn't tell you about it. They just kept piling up, piling up, piling up. At, atmosphere, not the word. They just kept piling stuff on top of it so you couldn't see it. Remember who you is, yo. Remember how special you is. Like, all of us is special in our own way. We are made in the likeness of God. But it's people out here that will make you forget who you are or snuff out who you are before you realize who you are. And they won't feel bad for it. But guess what? You'll have to suffer because of it. So remember who you is. Surround yourself with people who no. Stay away from people who try to place other labels on you. They're really just talking about themselves. They're really just jealous of you. They want to be you. And the crazy thing is, like, sometimes God really is good. Like, people see me and they think I ain't been through nothing. The whole time, my shit was worse than them. Way worse. I can honestly say that. Like, I'm 26, bro. Life is just now starting to feel sweet for me. Like, I'm just now, like, it's crazy, bro. Like, you don't even understand how insane it is to even feel like this. Like, to be alive for so long and feel like you just became alive. You just was born. Like, you just was it. You've been alive for so long and you've been alive for 25 plus years and you just now able to people see me and they think that shit is sweet. Shit been sweet. And it's like, no, I don't know how to give up. And I found a way to make all my pain, all my demons, work for me. I found a way to make it my bitch. Excuse my language, God. Oh my God. But I've overcome and I've conquered. People don't understand that. They see it. They see it. Sometimes people look at you and they just see peace, and it's like just found this. But you don't understand how much darkness. You like people don't understand and it's different when you dark and you put yourself in dark situations, but like what about when you're not dark and the darkness just keep trying to surround you? The darkness just keep trying to devour you. People don't understand that. Darkness just keep trying to devour you. And for years upon years on end, everything just keep coming. Thank God you was just stubborn enough to stay, not even stay good, but see the light at the end of the tunnel. Life just smells different for me now. And people see the peace and they think it means sweet, and it's like, bro, it's not sweet. Like, the way I see life now, the way I smell life now, the way I could wake up and be grateful to be alive now, that's sweet. But you don't understand the amount of restraint I'm showing because you think it's sweet, because you think I'm sweet. I'm giving you grace, I'm showing restraint, and you see weakness in that. But that really takes an FUCK ton of strength. You know? We live in a world where it's so dark that when you shine, that's problematic. They love it because they need it, but they hate it because they can't have it. And they can, they just can't have mine. Mm-mm. I've lived a long time of people trying to take things from me. And they take in physical form because they just know it's something that he has and I want it and I want to take it. But you don't understand the thing that I have is not something you can take with your hands. Not only that, but you don't even understand what I would do to you behind this. Like, you really think it's sweet. Like, no, like, I've just continued through all this time, through all this trial and tribulation. I've just continued to choose to be good. It's been my choice because I don't respect the opposite side of that. You know? Ask me why I don't respect it. Because the other side They only want battles they know they could win. They got strong feeding off the weak. And now it's at a point where it's like, I wasn't necessarily weak. I just wasn't willing to do what y'all were willing to do to me. And y'all saw me as weak because of that. Hmm. Try it now. You know? Like, I just don't respect anything evil. There's no honor in it. They only search for easy wins. And I just don't respect anything easy. I'm always horny for a hard challenge. I don't want to do it unless it's a challenge. Excuse me. Confirmation burp, I guess. And the evil ones, they only, once they see something that they can't easily beat, they do two things. One of two things. They either back down or they go get more people to help them. If that's not cowardice, I don't know what is. Kenpachi would never go get help. What? Mano y mano to the death. You know, honoring getting help and calling yourself a tough guy. I'm not no tough guy. But what's the one thing that all the evil, wicked people do? They try to get people to team up against you. It's cowardice. Remember who you is. Remember the strength that you possess. The power that you carry. The spirit that you have. The fire that burns within you. The fire that made you who you is. The fire that you came here with. And protect it with your life. Because it is your life. I love you, son. And I don't call you son because you mom. I call you son because you shine.